here. Welcome to my channel where together we sew. If you're brand new here, I'm happy to have you here. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I love seeing all of you here and your comments down below. Well, today I've got a WIP UFO update. So I'm going to review where I'm at and show you some of the progress I've made with some of the block of the months and sew-alongs that I've been working on. Some of them I got a little bit behind on, and I've been able to catch up a little bit. And I think I still have one that I'm just a little bit behind on, but I'm getting there, so that's good. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you is, I'm not really behind on this one, but it's something I'm working on now, so it's a work in progress. This is with Fort Worth Fabric Studio, their Valentine's sew-along called Nothing Sweeter. So we did some heart blocks so far, so there's 4 of those that look the same. And then we've made some hugs and kisses blocks. So those are really fun, and that sew-along is going on now. Those patterns are free at Fort Worth Fabric Studio. If you want to sew along, I'm sewing those on my channel. I'll put the link to the patterns down below. You can use your stash, or I think they've got a kit still that you can purchase if you like, but really easy blocks, so it'd be really easy to catch up on this one because we're only 2 weeks in. Okay, and it'll be done by Valentine's. It's going to be done February 6th, I believe. So the next thing I'm going to show you is I've got 2, you guys know I love Corey Yoder fabrics, and if you haven't been here before, now you know. I've got 2 Corey Yoder projects going. One of them was her Oh Happy Day sew-along that she did on her blog using her, brain, Buttercup and Slate, I think it was called. Her new line is just coming out, so my mind is into that. Her new line is called Sunwashed, and the pre-cuts have arrived, and the yardage, I just got the notification that the yardage is shipping, so I've got my brain thinking about that. But her last line that came out before this one a few months ago, Buttercup and Slate, was these yellows and greens and charcoals, and really pretty, so I participated in her Oh Happy Day sew-along. Now this one is one that I need to catch up on. I have one more block that's partially done. I've got parts cut out. I just need to sew it all together. But all the other blocks are done, and then I have to do the finishing. So these are the blocks so far. They're really nice. I like them. This was out of her Oh Happy Day book. So if you want to do this sew-along, you can go to her blog, but you have to have the book because all the patterns are in her book. And it's basically, that book has I think like 20 projects or so between quilts and pillows and things. And she basically took like a block from several of the projects and did it as a sampler. So yeah, I like this one a lot. That one. This one's probably my favorite just because I love Ohio stars. But I like them all. Okay, so that is the Oh Happy Day sew-along. Again, I'll link all this stuff down below in case you guys are interested in any of it, because some things I see I'm interested in. And then this is her Joy-Filled pattern, which she wrote for Buttercup and Slate. And I love the pattern, but I didn't love it for Buttercup and Slate. I didn't feel like there was enough bright colors to kind of show off those beautiful, all the beautiful stars, because most of them are star blocks, and I love star blocks. So I decided to use Sunwashed, which is her new line just coming out. So I started working on those. Here's some Ohio stars. These first ones are all Ohio stars. That's the pink version. And here's a dark blue version. And I've got yellow ones. So that's the Ohio stars that are in this. And now here are, I can't remember what she called these stars in there, but here's some different stars that are bigger. So this is going to be neat because it's sort of like a sampler quilt of different stars that Corey loves. So it almost looks like a Lemoyne star, but not quite because those whites in the middle, but very similar. Okay, so that's that. Then that's the Joy-Filled quilt pattern by Corey Yoder. Again, like I said, I'll link this all down below in case you guys want to go find any of these. And okay, and then my block of the week, my All-Stars Star Sampler block of the week is going on right now, and that's on my channel every Saturday. Saturdays with Steph, live at 5. So this was the first week, the Ohio Stars, of course, because I love Ohio Stars. Here's my other Ohio Star. We're making 2 blocks a week, and you could either do both the same or 2 different colors. I'm doing them different colors every time. And then here's the Friendship Star. And there's my second one. And then here is last week's block, which is the Lemoyne Star. The Lemoyne Star without Y seams. We did this one the easy way. And there's my other Lemoyne Star. So this Saturday I will have the next block, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see how this whole quilt comes together. I picked this fabric that I wouldn't typically pick, but I'm really liking it because it's so bright and cheerful, because it's really gray and kind of dark and icky right now in Ohio. So it's putting me in a really good mood to look at it. A lot of you have sent me pictures for my sew-along, the All-Star Sew-Along. So I'm going to share those now. Thank you all so much for sharing. Those are beautiful blocks, and I can't wait to see how your quilts are coming along. So as we go along and are sewing this together, I hope you'll keep sending me in your blocks. I would love to see every week, if you are sewing along, when you finish your new blocks, put them with your other ones and send me a new picture. That would be great, and I would love to show them. I think quilts that, you know, if we're all doing the same quilt, if you're all using your own fabric, I love to see how it comes out, because they all look different based on the fabric you picked, and I think that's really cool. So thank you guys for sharing. So the next things I'm going to show you is the Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt, the Piazza. And I was sewing this on my channel, and I'm going to get back to sewing this on my channel for next month, but I'd gotten behind due to the holidays, and then I was sick. So by the time I got to these, there was tons of videos up there with people sewing them already, and most people had posted pictures showing that they'd sewn both of these clues. So I was like, well, I'll just wait till next month, but I'll show you my progress. So this is month 5, which would have been December, and there's 4 pieces here, but they're all the same thing. And I have the Senora colorway, which is the Cave Facet fabric, and I've said this before, but this colorway was definitely out of my norm, not something I would have picked, and that's why I decided to pick it. And while I don't love it, I do like it, and so I'm really glad I did it, because I've always wanted to do a quilt with his fabrics, but I don't know how to cut them or what to, like, they're the big bold prints sort of confuse me a little bit, so I'm glad that somebody else is telling me what to do with them. And I really do think I'm going to love it when it's all done. Right now, there's not a lot of contrast between some of the fabrics, so I'm kind of waiting to see how that shakes out when the whole quilt goes together. I'm hoping that that doesn't make a big difference, and that maybe once it's all together, you'll be able to see that a little bit more. But if not, that's okay too. I do love the colors of this. It's just very, very different for me. So, but I'm having fun sewing it, and that's all that matters. So this is clue number 6, which would have been January, and there was 2 of these pieces. They went this way, I think. They're exactly the same. These 2 fabrics here, on this side, these 2 fabrics here are the ones that don't have a whole lot of contrast. They have a little bit, but both of them have like a similar pink in them. So some of the pieces, depending on where they were cut, when you put them next to each other, they kind of blend together. So, you know, like I said, hopefully when the whole quilt goes together, that won't be a big deal. I'm thinking maybe this dark, bold color will be the star of the show anyway, so it won't matter. But I do like it. I really do. So I'm not complaining. So that is Cotton Cuts month 5 and 6 of Piazza. Now the next Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt, Village Green, starts in February. And that one I'm definitely going to keep up with because there's a whole group of people that are going to be sewing with me live on my channel here on YouTube on Saturday at 5 p.m. It'll be the second Saturday of every month because the clue ships the first Friday of the month, so hopefully we'll all have it by then. And so we're all going to sew it together. So if you get the puzzle mystery quilt and would like to come sew with us, come on over to my channel and sew along. It's going to be fun. And the last thing I have to show you guys today, little work in progress update, is my Sewcialites 2 project from Fat Quarter Shop. They're hosting a free sew along. They had Sewcialites last year, and this year it's Sewcialites 2. So far there's been 12 blocks. As of the beginning of January, I was a couple blocks behind, and then like I said, when I came back from retreat, I got sick. I'm fine, everything's good, but it kind of put me behind with everything, so I hadn't got to sew for a bit, at least not personal sewing, and this is just a personal sewing project. So as of last week, I think I only had 5 blocks sewn, but I've got them all caught up now. So I've got the other 7 done because there's 12 so far, and then this week will be week 13. So I'm really, really excited that I didn't let another week go by and not catch these up. So I've got all these done. This is week 1. And I'm using Corey Yoder's fabric for this. I can't think of the name of it right now. My brain is escaping me. I think it was Strawberry Jam. Yeah, Strawberry Jam. I decided to pull from my stash, and to be honest with you guys, I've got quite the stash of Corey Yoder's fabrics and Lella Boutique's fabrics that for years I was one of those quilters that said, oh, I can't cut this, it's too pretty. Why not? It's just sitting in my closet. So this year, last year I started this, but I'm going to continue it this year. I'm going to dig into those stashes, and I'm going to keep pulling out and making things because it makes no sense for it just to sit there. Nobody's seeing it, including myself. So I pulled this one out of my stash, and I'm really loving how the blocks are coming together so far. So that's block number 2. This is block number 3, and I'm glad I'm finally using this fabric and it's not just sitting there. So this is block number 4. This is block number 5. This is probably one of my favorites. Now they had the pieces turned a little bit differently. I think they were all maybe going one direction, the bear paws, but I liked them this way. So number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. I've been waiting for a block to use these fabrics with because they're very tricky. They need to go the correct direction or they would have looked funky, so this was a good block for that. And number 10. Number 11. And then number 12. So that's the first 12 in the Sewcialites. So can't wait to get number 13 later this week and sew it up and show you guys that next week. So hopefully next week I'll also have a couple quilts, hopefully long-armed, hopefully bound, fingers crossed. So that'll be my goal for this next week, is to catch up on the Oh Happy Day sew along a little bit and long arm a couple things and bind them and make sure I get that Sewcialites block done. Plus, of course, I'll be doing the block of the week from my sew along and the next block from the Fort Worth Fabric Studio sew along. So I will definitely have some things to show you guys. So anyway, I would love to know if you're working on some WIPs or UFOs, how your projects are coming. So let me know down below what you're working on this year. I got a lot of things done last year. I got more things done last year, I feel like, than I'm getting done this year so far, but hopefully that's just because I'm really, really busy right now and I will eventually be able to get some more things done. But I've got a lot of things going on, a lot of moving pieces, retreats coming up, so this is going to be a really fun year and I'm really looking forward to all the sew alongs we're doing. And, oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, the blocks on the wall behind me are from the Stephen and Stephanie Sew-Along, the Stargazer quilt that we're doing. Really big blocks. They're 36-inch squares, and we're doing them in squares because it made more sense to our brain to put the big, large star squares together and then join those. The way the pattern had it written, you did them row by row. But it made more sense for me and for Steven to make the big stars first and then put those quadrants together. And now there's 2 more quadrants to do. So we've got the upper 2 and I've got to get the lower 2 done. He's already done, which is really awesome. But I've got to get the other 2 done. So I will probably have those done next week too and be able to show you pretty much most of the quilt top. I'm going to add, the pattern doesn't call for it, but I'm going to add a couple of borders to it, a small, skinny inside border of the background color and then a thicker outside border of one of the purples that's in the quilt. So I'm looking forward to getting that one done because I've never done a purple and green quilt before and I've always wanted to, so I'm really having fun with this one. All right guys, well, I will see you soon. If not before, hopefully Saturday for Saturdays with Steph. And that's all I got. So take care and have a wonderful rest of your week and see you Saturday live at 5 p.m. Bye.